try to go on field trips each term. We go on field trips to add to what we already do in the classroom. So we are trying to accentuate the learning in the classroom to complement it. An example of this is if we go to a grocery store. In class, we've studied about prices, about reading prices, about how to ask questions when you're looking for something, about how to read a receipt. Usually there's a little scavenger hunt that we have to complete when we're there. Usually the teacher ends up buying something that the students haven't had exposure to, maybe nachos and salsa or something that they haven't had before. And we come back to class after the field trip and we usually do some questions. Another really practical field trip idea is going to Value Village, and it exposes them to something perhaps they haven't been exposed to before. Many immigrants come to Canada thinking that we're all very wealthy, and they think, oh, if I don't buy this $200 coat, I'm not going to fit in. So we go to Value Village and they find high quality things at low prices. Something that's not very common in many other countries is buying secondhand. Exposing them to this idea really enhances their life a lot, because then they're able to dress nicely, high quality, and understand that they don't have to spend a lot of money. We also go on cultural field trips like the Glenbow Museum or Heritage Park or Fort Calgary, which helps them to understand history in Canada. Trying on these uniforms and stepping back in the past make it a really important learning activity, especially because all of these students want to be Canadian citizens one day. As a celebration at the end of the year, I often take my students bowling. This is an inexpensive way to introduce our students to a pastime that perhaps they can participate in later on without the help of a teacher. They can bring their family, and everyone can be successful at bowling. Usually we go to Paradise Lane's bowling alley and Forest Lawn because they've been so generous to us, and they give us a good price on the bowling. They charge us $5 per student. Bowling is great because it's a physical activity, but it's not that challenging. Everyone can bowl, whether you bowl the proper way or an easier way. But they're reading their names up on the chart, they're reading numbers, they're keeping score. It's adding to their numeracy ability, to their literacy, and they're speaking to each other in English, and they're celebrating. It's really rewarding to see the students learning in class and having success in class. But there's nothing better than being a teacher and bringing your students outside of the classroom and seeing the joy on their faces, participating in something that's fun and perhaps something that they never had the opportunity to do in their own home country, to relax and enjoy themselves and know that they're safe and well taken care of.